I recently lost my hardcore world, and as much as it hurts to say goodbye to hundreds of hours of work, I have to move on. So today I'm loading up a new hardcore series with the goal of creating some of the most immersive builds I've ever made in Minecraft. But in order to do that, I have to speed through the first few days of this world. Now don't get me wrong, I really enjoy the early game of Minecraft, but the majority of hardcore deaths from what I've seen happen before most players even get iron armor. So ripping through the early game gives us the best chances of surviving long term. And the first thing I need is a bed because I have no shame in skipping through the nights, so I hope these sheep have been praying because they're about to meet God. Now we're just gonna collect some cobblestone. Gonna make a furnace real quick, throw that on the ground, get some of that mutton cooking. We're also gonna make a stone pickaxe, and we're going to make a stone axe as well. While the rest of that mutton's going, we can just scoop up some of this coal here. And if I remember correctly, there should be some iron around here. Yep, there it is. We'll make another furnace and get that iron going. Now we just sit here and wait until everything's done cooking, and we can continue forward. Just grab some of these pigs on our way too. Sorry guys, it's not personal, I just like the way your butt tastes. And there's some sugarcane here. Ooh. Let's take some of these pumpkins as well. This world is giving us everything. My god. This is a really good start. You could almost say this is a perfect start. Huh? Yeah? Alright, we're rocking. Now, I am playing with mods again this time around, but these mods don't add anything to the game. They're all either audio or visual mods to just help the vanilla experience along. Now, the only mod I have installed that changes any essential aspect of the actual Minecraft world itself is Tectonic. And Tectonic basically gives you these huge sweeping valleys and towering mountains. It basically just takes the regular Minecraft terrain and dials it to 11. There are no new blocks or no new biomes, it's just the already basic stuff improved upon. But one of the things that I think Tectonic does the best is the way it transforms the mountain biomes. I mean, this is basically the holy grail of iron and coal. I mean, it's just everywhere. So we're gonna spend some time up here in the mountains collecting iron and coal to hopefully get everything we need to get a good start in this world. With that done, we're gonna go ahead and craft up some iron armor and a new iron axe. And, you know, I kind of want to get a dog today, so we're gonna go hunting for some skeletons to get some bones. I'm also gonna craft up a brush real quick. That way we can get scoots because, you know, if we're gonna be armored up, it only makes sense that we get our dog armored up as well. You know, this isn't going to be a regular dog. This is going to be a hardcore dog. He's grinding the early game too. He just doesn't know it yet. Now, I saw some earlier. Where are they? Oh, there's a dog. Nope. Not what I'm looking for. Oh wait, here we go. Look at him. Right here waiting for us. Come back. Take the bone. 2 bones. 3 bones. 4. We got a dog. I like him. Now we're gonna throw some armor on him. I think we should name him Delgado. You know, like Beverly Hills Chihuahua, because he's brown and kind of looks like a German Shepherd. Hello, Delgado. But anyways, I think I want to start settling right here on this island. And this time around, I want to actually make sure I stay relatively organized. So we're going to whip up some chests here to make sure we can sort all of our items into proper inventory places. So now that we got all of the basic stuff set up, I think it's time we go down into a cave and try to find some diamonds. And yes, I know, some of you are going to be mad at me for getting diamond armor today, but I don't care. As I said before, I actually want to live in this world, so we're doing it anyways. Okay, so I spent a good amount of time mining and I actually got 43 diamonds. And honestly, for mining for about an hour and 40 minutes without a fortune pickaxe, that's not terrible. That's actually, I think that's good. I don't know what a good diamond rate is, but I feel like that's good. I also got a lot of deep slate, which we're going to need for the build. But for now, we're going to make some diamond armor, starting with the chest plate, onto the leggings, some boots, and a helmet as well. There we go. Now I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. But for now, we're actually going to throw the diamond armor back into storage. I'm also going to craft up a diamond pickaxe, a diamond axe, and a diamond shovel. Now we're pretty much kitted out with all of our basic tools. Now I need to head back down into the caves to get some obsidian because we need to head straight to the nether to collect quartz to get levels to enchant the things that we just earned, bought, crafted. Yeah, and I'm actually taking a big risk here by putting my diamond armor back into the chest. I don't want it to get damaged before we enchant it, because if we end up having to combine it with other pieces of armor, it's going to cost more experience levels, and I can't afford that right now. But now that we got the obsidian collected, I'm going to head off the main island here, and there's a second smaller island out in the ocean a little bit, and I think that's where I want to build the nether portal. And I actually think this second smaller island is where we're going to be building our starter base. Because again, this is a big starter base, but it's nowhere near as big as my sunset castle, so it wouldn't make sense to put it on the smaller island. Plus, I may or may not have already designed a mega base for the island we're living on now, so that also perchance has something to do with it. But yeah, into the nether we go. Again, this is a really big risk, not going in with diamond armor, but if we manage to make it out safely, the rewards are going to be great. And while we're collecting levels, I figured this would be a good time to go over the comment of the day, which is from Marbent. They say, a quick question, where do you get your reference images? Because I love to learn to build, but I need some navigation. Thanks in advance, and please keep up the good work, and I hope you keep enjoying this work. But first of all, of course, thank you for the comment, and I appreciate the compliment. And believe it or not, I actually get most of my inspiration images from Pinterest. I know Pinterest is a very mom thing to do, or to use, I guess, but it genuinely has some of the best art you could possibly imagine on it. And not to mention, Pinterest also has a very large Minecraft community, so there are a lot of builds on there that have already been done from inspiration images. There are literally inspiration images on Pinterest that people have already taken and made Minecraft builds of and re-uploaded them to Pinterest. It's a great place to go for your inspiration. But I also use an AI art bot called Midjourney on Discord. I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but Midjourney is a really cool way to get whatever is in your head onto the screen so you can visualize it better. That's how I created the concept art that I used to build my sunset castle, and it's also what I used to create the concept art for today's build. Alright, so I managed to get 34 levels, which isn't as many as I would have wanted to get, but I think it will do for now. Now I did whip up an enchantment table, but I don't currently have any books to create bookshelves, so we're gonna have to go on a bit of a journey to hopefully find some villages to get us some bookshelves so we can get level 30 enchants. Dude, I think this is one of the coolest villages I've ever seen. They've got like the perfect little village at the base of this epic mountain here. It's just so cool looking. All right, returning home, I just gotta chop down a few trees here to get some planks, and then we can start making those bookshelves I was talking about. There we go, enchantment station set up. Just got a few pillagers here that I need to take care of. But now we can start enchanting. Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3 on the first pickaxe. That's not bad. I can't ask for anything better, honestly. I was hoping for a god pick, but we can't get so lucky. Go ahead and make up another diamond pickaxe. We'll try again here. Efficiency 4, just efficiency 4. Okay, that's yikes. Go ahead and whip up an anvil. We'll throw these two picks together to at least get us efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3. Now, in order to keep enchanting, I really don't want to risk my life and go back into the nether right now, so we're going to head back up to the mountains and we're going to collect as much coal and iron as possible. That way we'll get XP from mining the coal and we'll get experience from smelting the iron ore. Now we just gotta sit and wait until everything cooks up. And with all of that said and done, we got ourselves back up to level 33. Go for a Silk Touch Efficiency 4 pickaxe. That's alright, I'll take that. And we're going to go for a Silk Touch Efficiency 4 shovel. It's pretty good. I'm also going to come in here and just do some low level enchants for the rest of our armor, hopefully. I know this isn't going to be the best diamond armor ever, but at least we'll be a little bit more protected than normal. Alright, and with that, we've got protection 2 on everything except our boots, but that'll set us up pretty well for the future. We're also going to combine our pickaxes here, and that's the start of a pretty good god pick. Now we just need mending on it. But with that out of the way, it's time to start collecting the resources we're going to need for the starter base. Now, I think I want to build kind of like a wizard tower. I think that would be a pretty cool starter base. It would keep us off the ground and keep us safe and everything. Plus, I think it would just look cool. And I also want to do some terraforming around it as well to have some custom rocks kind of jutting out of the ocean and have it look like the tower was built on the rocks. And I want this thing to look like it was made out of marble. So the first thing we need to collect is calcite. Now, another great thing about tectonic is with these absolutely massive mountains, you get these giant veins of calcite that spawn up high. So we won't have to worry about finding a bunch of calcite through amethyst geodes, because that would take forever. We'll be able to just take the calcite right off of this mountaintop. Alright, so I've been collecting the calcite for a little bit, but our pickaxe is already starting to break. So I'm going to head back out to one of the villages that I found earlier, and I'm going to attempt to get a mending book. There we go. Okay, this guy wants to be a librarian. The only problem is that now he's trying to run away. Hello, sir. Please don't move. Stay here in this box. Nope. Get back here, please. This might take a while. There we go. We finally got him captured. Now begins everybody's favorite process in Minecraft, which is placing down and picking up and placing down and picking up and placing down and picking up and placing down and picking up lecterns until we finally get mending. Oh my god, okay. We finally got it. 24 emeralds is a little steep, but we'll work with it. Now we're going to collect some wood and we're going to trade some sticks with Fletchers to get all of the emeralds we'll need. I think that's one of the best trades you can do in the game as far as getting emeralds is concerned. So I'm going to spend some time over in the jungle here getting all of the sticks we need. Alright, there we go. I think 4 mending books would be a good start for us. We're not going to put any on the armor yet. The armor isn't even that good. We have to get better base enchants first, but this will definitely take care of our tools. I'm also going to take some time to go back into the nether now that we have diamond armor, and I'm gonna get our levels back up to over 30. Now I'm gonna quickly enchant a new pickaxe, get fortune 3, efficiency 4, not bad at all. Now we have a fortune and a silk touch pickaxe. You can go ahead and throw mending on that one. So now our axe, both of our pickaxes, and our shovel all have mending on them. And while I was at the jungle, I managed to pick up some bamboo, so I'm going to keep harvesting and growing this because we're actually going to need bamboo trapdoors and bamboo fences for this starter base. And we're going to use our brand new pickaxes to collect some cobblestone and some stone underground because we are going to be needing a bunch of this as well. And I'm also going to need a ton of diorite, so we're going to go exploring and see if we can find as much of that as possible. You know, it kills me. There are a lot of uses for diorite, but it's still one of the most hated blocks in the community. A lot of people think it's the worst block in the game. But while I go out and collect the worst block in the game, I think I should tell you about one of the best deals of your life, which of course is my Patreon. For just $3 a month, you can get access to things like member shoutouts, behind the scenes screenshots and videos, Discord roles, and early access to ad-free content from me. And if you really feel like taking the next step, consider buying my $10 a month tier, which will give you access to the Lightmatic files for every single build I've ever made in Minecraft, so you can recreate them in your own worlds. But thank you for considering, and right now I'd like to give a shout out to all my current Patreon members and channel members. Whether you have a recurring subscription or you just made a one-time purchase to be able to access my builds, I really appreciate the support. So thank you for your consideration, and the link will be in the description. Now I found this bee nest out here, cut down a couple of trees, and I stumbled upon it, so we're gonna place some campfires down around it as well, and we're going to use some of the honeycombs that I got to craft some more beehives, and we're going to start a mini honey farm here. And I'm not going to tell you guys why yet, but we do need about 50-ish blocks of honey for the starter base, so we're going to let that thing go, and we're going to be collecting honey from it as we go along in the series and do other things. Now, one of the other blocks that we need is moss blocks, and I haven't come across a lush cave, which is kind of unusual. They're not that rare, and I've explored a lot of this world, so the fact that I haven't found one is kind of annoying. But I noticed on our map that out on this peninsula here, there seems to be some wood sticking out of the sand. So this is definitely a crashed ship, and we're gonna go look inside of it and see if we can't find some moss. Okay, this entire thing is encased in sand and stone. This is going to be a little bit more difficult than I originally thought. But if we keep going here, we should be able to find the chest still intact. The terrain generation shouldn't have broken them. So, yep, there we go. There's the first one. And there's 3 pieces of moss in there. That's perfect. I'll also take the extra bamboo, some potatoes and carrots as well. Okay, that worked out perfectly. Let's also see if we can get into second chest here. Okay, we got a buried treasure map as well, which is pretty cool. So I'm not going to go looking for that right now because we don't need anything that a buried treasure could possibly have. There's no reason why we would need a Heart of the Sea. So we're just going to go home. And I'm going to take this moss here that we found and I'm going to start bone mealing it with the little bit of bone meal that we have to try and get all the moss blocks we need. We're probably not going to have nearly enough because I'm just now remembering not only do I need a couple stacks of moss, but I also need a couple stacks of mossy cobblestone. So we're probably going to have to go back to the nether in a little bit to get some bone blocks, but for now we're going to work with this. And just like I predicted, we ran out of bone meal, so we're back in the nether. I'm trying to carefully navigate this soul sand valley. I know there's a bunch of bone structures around the area here, so after collecting these, we should be good to go in the moss department. Alright, yeah, we got a bunch of bones, and I love how these things sound with the sounds mod in your inventory. It's so cool. But now we've pretty much got all the supplies we need, and it's time to start terraforming the area in which we're going to build the starter base. And the first thing I need to do is basically knock this island down to 1 level of sand blocks. We're eventually going to get rid of it, but this bottom layer we're going to use as a little bit of a base for the initial structures. Now with that gone and out of the way and all of our blocks collected, we can finally begin building the starter base. I'm very excited for this. And we're actually going to start with building the rock formations that are going to be surrounding the actual building. Alright, so all the rock structures are done, but we cannot continue with the build because I have run into a problem. I have forgot one incredibly essential block. We need like 10 stacks of wool. I mean, dude, sheep really just cannot catch a break this episode. But I'm going to take a little hole in the ground here. We're going to line it with some fences, and we're going to use the wool we got from our day 1 sheep to line the edges. This way we can get in and out, but the sheep cannot. Now, the problem is just the fact that we need to find a couple of these little buggers. Sheep number 1, bahaha. Don't talk back to me, dude. I don't know who you're mouthing off to, considering where... You don't even know where you're going, you little fatty. Look, you see this cow here? That's you if you don't shut the f*** up. You're about to spend the rest of your life in a cage. Anyway, I'm looking around in free cam here at the rest of the island, and there doesn't seem to be any more sheep, so... We gotta go on a little bit of an adventure here. Dude, how is there no sheep? Did I really kill them all? They should have respawned by this point. They know who they're dealing with. See, these sheep here actually have respect. They know who's playing on this hardcore world, and... Oh, never mind, wait, I found some. Hello, my friend. You and I have a very long journey ahead of us. Now we can start breeding up these sheep, and with the power of editing, we've got a ton of sheep. Look at that. It's like magic. I also improved the bee farm. It's much bigger now. Well, not much bigger, but... we have all the honey blocks we need. Hello, my friends. You live in a shoebox. It's a nice home. I got a bed. Well, the bed is actually for me, so never mind. But anyways, it's time to get back to work, and we're gonna get started on building the buildings. Building the buildings in Minecraft, the building game. Building the buildings in the building game. I don't know, man. Let's just get started. say, this thing, yeah, this is doing it for me. I'm liking the way this is turning out a lot. I will admit the block palette is a little bland. I could have done more with colors, considering the fact that most of this is diorite and calcite. But again, this is a starter base, you know, like I'm supposed to be using starter type blocks. We're good. It's good. We're moving forward. Now, there are some other structures that I want to build that are going to be attached to this thing, but I first want to close off some of the gaps we have in the build itself, and for that, we're going to need some spruce wood. We're heading back up to the mountains here to get some of said spruce wood. God, please don't fall in the snow, please. Please, no. Okay. We're chilling. And we've got over 2 stacks of spruce wood at this point, so I think we're okay to head back. We're going to need to create a bunch of spruce trap doors. We're also going to need some stairs, and we are also going to need some stripped spruce wood, so we're going to go ahead and convert that real quick. And so let's come up to one of the side entrances here and try to figure out what this would look like if we put, I guess, some fake doors down. You know, not regular Minecraft doors, but doors that we actually build. Oh yeah. I like that a lot, actually. And so let's just do this in a few other places around the tower. But one of the things I also wanted to do, and the reason why we needed the honey blocks, was to make windows. Now, I know that doesn't make any sense, but we're putting glowstone beneath the honey. So what I'm hoping is that at nighttime, when we look through the windows of the build, it will have this kind of warm glow to it. I think it's going to look cool. You're just going to have to trust me with this, but yeah, it's gonna look good. All right, so all the doors are in place and the windows are in, and we're gonna turn on shaders for this part, and yep, look at that. That's exactly what I wanted. Maybe we could put some fences in front of the smaller windows to make it look like they're closed, kind of, or something, but I just wanted this warm glow coming through the windows to make it look like lights on the interior are on. Now, I know you can do that with regular blocks and stuff too, but I like the addition of the honey blocks. And the fact that they kind of look more connected than regular glass, or not that they look more connected, but they look, again, I keep going back to the word warmer, but that's the word to use. They look warmer than just orange glass. It's the right temperature of color, if that makes sense. I like it. We're going to keep going. Now, again, looking at the map here, this whole big island that we've settled on, I want that to be where the mega base is going to be. And so in order for it to make sense to have this wizard tower in this location, we need to have a bridge, or at least half of a bridge. So that's what we're going to build next, because I would like to have this wizard tower connecting to what is eventually going to be another mega castle. That looks insanely cool. I'm so happy with this bridge. And I know there are no railings on it, and I know it's broken. There are reasons for both of those things. There are some... This is going to be a lore-heavy world, not nearly as heavy as my old hardcore series. There's not going to be cinematics and animations and things like that, but there is going to be story, I guess I should say, in this world. And there is a reason why the bridge does not have any railings, and I will get to that in another video, but I think it looks really cool. Now we're on to what is probably going to be a very annoying part of this build, which is getting rid of this last layer of sand and sandstone. I want there to be water everywhere because I actually want the entrance of this base to be down down below underneath of a waterfall, but we're not actually going to be able to get to that this episode. However, we can start setting up for that. There we go. I think that looks a lot better, actually. I kind of like the look of the sand on the last layer, but I think we're going to change that eventually too. And taking a look at this thing from the island, yeah, the shape of that is really cool. Now we just got to take a water bucket and fill in some of the empty spots on the ground here to make sure water is flowing everywhere. And there we go, that is the build complete for today. I know it's not technically complete and it doesn't have an interior, but at least this one is connected to the ground. I mean, come on guys, give me a break here, I'm doing my best. And we are going to be building the interior of this thing as we go each episode, so don't worry, this is going to be 100% complete. And of course, this build in its current state will be available for download on my Patreon. But that's it for today. I hope you all have enjoyed watching me make this build. I can tell you I really enjoyed making it. It's great to be back in hardcore Minecraft. I'm really going to miss the old world, but I think this is a super solid start to the new one. So thank you all so much for watching. But as always, I gotta get going because I've got more work to do.